What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we're putting the forms in today, but we're also using a plate compactor, a Harbor Freight plate compactor, to tamp down the ground. We've been doing it here on and off to make sure that the ground is as compacted as possible. We basically covered the entire clay dirt that we have under here with at least 6 to 12 to 15 inches of gravel, and every 4 to 5 inches you have to tamp it down. So in this video, I'm going to basically take you around, and you're going to watch me as I tamp down this ground, this gravel, and you're going to see it go down a little bit and compact. Now this is item 4 or 2A or 2A modified, depending on what state you're from. It's called something different, but basically it's very crushed gravel, in ranges and sizes between 3 1/4 inch gravel to like basically dust, and that creates a really solid base to pour a good solid concrete no matter what ground you put it over. That does mean though you have to put a lot of gravel. This is about, I'd say about 100 tons of gravel are in here right now. And I've been able to use, of course, the skid steer right over there to be able to move that gravel around and kind of tamp it down. But now I'm going to tamp it down, and every once in a while I've been putting in some extra gravel where some of the low points are. I'm not too worried about the ground being completely level. Concrete will fill in the holes as we go along, but I don't want too big of a variance, because then you'll have some concrete not being held up by the rebar, which, by the way, is right over there. See if I can point at it. We have a really good rebar. I'll go over that in another video. We're also, I've done another video on this Harbor Freight plate compactor where I open the box and I go over it in detail and I do a first start. So if you want to watch that, I'll put a link down below so you guys can watch it. If you haven't yet subscribed, you should do that. We're almost getting there. This is a whole build series, so you can start from the beginning of me clearing the trees, getting everything out of the way, getting dirt delivered by truckloads, tamping that dirt down, moving the dirt around, getting my skid steer stuck, getting the track off the skid steer. This has been quite a project for a 30 by 50 garage and slab that I'm building. So go ahead and watch those videos if you haven't yet. Hope you enjoy this video. Let's have some fun. So what it's currently doing right now is we have to lower this by about 1.5 inches. These are 10-inch boards, so really 9.5 inch. That's how they sell them to you. And you put them down into the ground. So because we're trying to get about between 6 and 8 inches of concrete. That's the thickness I want. I don't really want 9.5 inches of concrete. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in. Also, another thing to consider is the slope of the vehicle. So if we put the concrete right on top of that, then the slope of the vehicles, the sloping of the ground will be too much for my very low cars, for low profile cars to get into. Now, if all you have is pickup trucks and you never really have a sports car, this might be okay, but as it is, it's a little bit too high. The slope is going to be a little bit too high, especially down there. So we're lowering it about 1.5 inches to 2 inches, making everything level, and I'm actually doing a little downward slope towards that corner, because we're going to put a drain in that corner to make sure the water, if there's any water that gets in, flows out that way. So I'm going to have a hose in there. I'm going to be able to hose things off. I'm going to have a drainage in there. You guys will see as I build that. But today, while I tamp that down, and you'll watch me, you're going to watch him in the background, moving that board down and making it a little bit deeper than it currently is. It also helps with being able to grab the ground and hold it against the concrete. Of course, we're going to put some wooden boards to hold against the concrete as well when it arrives. But we're almost there, guys. Let's see what we can do. I wanted to give you guys a close-up of the difference of compaction. This is basically uncompacted. I think I've only passed on it once. This is compacted twice, and it's quite a difference, right? So you can see the big rocks are inside little muddy parts. Now, it has rained recently, which I think actually is better for compaction. This thing is as solid as a rock right now. I'm going to pass over this, and the rest of this and it'll look more like that. And you guys will see that in the video, hopefully. But that's a big difference. That's why compaction is very important.